Alright, Sanbonana Makaya, welcome back, B-boys and girls. You're still watching Slaghuis Cypher Sundays. I go by the name of DJ Sabby. If you want to connect with us on Twitter or Facebook, it's Slaghuis on Twitter, and on Facebook it's Slaghuis Cypher Sundays. Now today, on Joint Elements, we're going to be looking at the art of breakdancing. And we got the number one B-boy in South Africa, man, talking about curse.
So back in 2004, I would say, 2004, yeah. Me and another friend of mine named Benny, we teamed up for a 2-on-2 competition, a b-boy battle, and by that time we didn't have the stage name, you know. So we decided, let's go with The Gift and the Curse, because this is an album that we listened to of Jay-Z, you know. So like, yo, this actually sounds dope, you know, because I never heard like a crew with the name The Gift and the Curse. So we got to the competition and we never actually used the name, you know. So Benny stayed Benny, and for me, like, I never had the stage name, and I'm thinking, okay, cool, let me just go with the curse, you know. And then from there, like, I never took the name serious, you know. I just go, okay, people ask me what's your stage name, I said Curse, you know. And eventually it actually turned out to attach itself to me, and then from there on, that's how the name came about, being the Curse, you know. And the meaning of it, I mean, like, there's not actually like a deep meaning, you know. It's probably just the opposite of my style, because I represent like a smooth, passive, precise kind of style, you know. And you have Curse, and if you haven't seen me dance before, you know, you probably think like, this is some big ass guy, you know, like, but if you see me on stage, I'm actually just a normal guy, you know. But B-boy is actually, okay, the term B-boy stands for break boy, you know. It's a guy who usually goes down on the break of a beat, you know. So I mean, it's also a guy, well, that started out in the Bronx, you know, like in the late 70s, you know. And this is a element that's part of hip-hop, which is the physical part of hip-hop, like the element, you know. You have DJing, MCing, graffiti, and b-boying. So b-boying is a dance of hip-hop. So yeah, that's a b-boy. I mean, back then it was b-boying, you know, but because it got commercialized so much, you know, and media took the name breakdancing, you know, so it can appeal to the masses, you know. So people associated b-boying as breakdancing because it's easier to identify for the masses, you know. But the original term is b-boying, you know. So I would say, yeah, there's definitely a difference between breaking and breakdancing, you know. Like, for me, a b-boy is someone that's more true to what he's doing and is actually more in contact with the element itself, you know. We have breakdancers who's mainly for, I would say, for showing off. I actually saw this back in primary school, you know. I saw some guys in the wall where I had the fundraising, and some guys were just jamming in the wall, you know. And I saw people making a circle, and there was a whole hype around this one guy. And so I ran over to go check out what's happening, and then I saw a guy just doing some moves, you know. At that time I didn't even know what the moves are, and this was on a Friday. So I went back home the whole weekend. I can only think of breaking. Like, that was the thing. I didn't even know what it's called. I just saw a guy spinning around, but I never got in contact with anyone that could dance. So I went to high school. So that was back in, I would say, 2000, I think, yeah, 2001. And I met guys in my class who could actually break. And then I started hanging out with them, met up with new guys, went to events, workshops, went out to competitions. And from there, my love for breaking just grew, you know. And from ever since, I'm still a breaker. Well, there's a breakdown of the whole curriculum. You know, you have the top rocking, you have the go down, you have your footworks, you have your power moves, and you have your freezes. Like, the top rocking is the main part that you do before you actually go down doing your moves, you know. It's like getting everybody's attention, showing that you're going to do something. And then the go down is the way that you go down into your move. Then you have the footwork, which is basically your creation or your understanding of breaking, you know. But you have your foundational moves of it. And you have the power moves that you've seen before, like all the head spins and standing on the one hands and doing the flips and the tricks. That's kind of in the power move side. Then you have the freezes. That's what you do at the end of your set to show that you're done with your move, you know. So just to say, like, it's like writing a sentence. You have a full stop just to say, okay, now I'm done. I would say my community and the way that I grew up, you know, like my way of come up, you know, represents it through my style, you know. The way I dance literally shows you my background, you know. So when you dance, you're actually telling a story, you know. So you need to make sure your story makes sense for some people to understand it. So if you're gonna skip certain steps inside of your sets that you're doing, you know, people is not gonna understand what you're trying to bring across, you know. So it's not gonna bring your story across. But what I can say is I represent my community and I represent my family for lasting this long. You know, I actually never thought I'm gonna hang like dancing till this point, you know. When I started out, you know, I didn't even know about battles or doing shows or whatever it is, you know. I just wanted to spin in my head, you know. So I would say the proudest moment for me is me still doing what I'm doing. Actually, now I just got done shooting a TV series for Cakenet called Dance. I'm also a guest judge on the TV show on SABC1 called Break the Beat. I just judged the Red Bull BC1 South African Cypher, which I won last year. I was supposed to defend this year, but I just stepped back because I couldn't do it. Now I'm off to France, Amsterdam, and Germany for exchange program, working with youths in the community, upliftment programs, and yeah, that's what I'm busy with now. I say you gotta be that's actually a difficult one, you know, because you need to be a part of this. You need to experience it, you know, to understand it if it's made for you, you know. Like a lot of people start out dancing, you know, and like halfway through they feel like, okay, nah, this is actually a waste of time, you know. So if you're not serious about this thing, you know, like I wouldn't force anyone to be a part of it, but I would suggest, you know, if you have time in your life, you know, try and experience this thing, you know. You never know, it might just be the change of your life, you know. So if you can, take a chance. If not, I wouldn't force you to be a b-boy, but I would encourage to try it at least once in your life, you know? I definitely want to start my own dancing school. Well, not a dancing school, you know, but at least have a space in the community where people can come out, and especially for kids, you know, have no direction, you know, just to come out and just jam with me and try and find something away from the norm, you know. Like everybody's forced into a certain way that you need to live, you know. But I think with hip-hop, you know, you have a choice of movement, you know, you can choose what you want to do. So I just want to have people the freedom and a space where they can release the talent that they have. So hopefully in the near future, you know, we can find a space, or the government, I don't even say government, you know, like it's upon ourselves as people, you know, to create that opportunities for ourselves. So yeah, I just want to have a space where I can spread my talent and share it with people that it might inspire. Okay, I'm standing here now. If you can turn the camera all the way that side, if you can, you know, you're gonna see Ready D's on the decks on that side, and that's him playing. Now if you can hear the music in the background, that is one of the guys that I look up to, you know. Like he's probably like one of the most humble people I've met in my life, you know. Like he's not doing this just for himself, you know. That's why he's still doing it, you know. And me being out here today, having the opportunity to perform with him, you know, it just shows me that I'm moving in the right direction, I would say, you know, to be associated with one of the hip-hop pioneers of South Africa, and that's DJ Ready D. What up, people? This is B with the Kiss from Cape Town, South Africa, from Concrete Apostles, and you're watching Slaghuis TV.
Super facts. Now, breaking was born when the DJs will take the break part of a song, right? Then they'll loop that with no elements. When I say elements, no scratch, nada. So the people will then jump on that, dance to that, and it would just be an awesome vibe. That's why they called break dancers. They used to dance on the breaks that were looped by the DJs. It sounds so obvious, but that's true. Yeah.